Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. And welcome to Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you may be around this globe. And what do you have? What do you have planned for the weekend? I mean, it's an awesome day here where we are. And I'm
Yeah.
hoping that you're also enjoying an awesome day wherever you may be. But what are your plans for the weekend? Have you got those things in mind? What you plan on doing?
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to be a self-care weekend or is it going to be a working weekend? Whatever it is, you have to decide. You
Yeah.
have to decide exactly what it is that you intend to do. And with that being said, I want to introduce myself. I'm Gertrude J. Chapman, your number one inspirational book coach, and I teach women how to maximize their potential, how to, get in line and, focus on what's on the inside of them, those treasures, those gems, those things that sometimes they don't even think about. And I
Yeah.
do this through the vehicle of writing books, showing you exactly how to write your book that will save you time. A lot of times women are confused about how to, even get started writing their books.
Mm-hmm.
And, they might think that they could write a book. And when they get there, they understand, well, I can't do this at all. And
Yeah.
what happens? They
Mm-hmm.
just, push the book on the side. And this leads to procrastination. This leads to many
Mm-hmm.
things. But when you have a blueprint to tell you exactly how to write a book, and
Mm-hmm.
exactly what to include and what to leave out. Put it that way. You'll know
Mm-hmm.
exactly what you need to do. It'll
Right.
save you time, and it
Mm-hmm.
also will, avoid you making those costly mistakes. So,
Yeah.
with that being said, let me introduce my co-host Tiffany, and she'll tell you a little bit about herself.
Well, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is such a pleasure to be here this morning. It's always a great day to be on top of the dirt, and the dirt's not on top of you. Or one of the other sayings is, "It's great to be viewed, great to be seen, not viewed." So I am super grateful to be here on this morning. I am Tiffany Rochelle, also known as the People's Cheerleader. I am an author and a heart coach. Also help you to accomplish all of your goals. My main priority is to encourage women to get rid of the toxins in their hearts. We also oftentimes foster a lot of situations and hardships, and from either situationships, relationships, or familial relationships, and we foster those in our heart, and we really haven't really excavated them from our hearts and in our spirit. So we keep them lying dormant in our minds, and then it kind of causes us to have some situations that's around, or some friendships that are around, that aren't that great, and they're not that healthy. So you come introduce yourself to me, and I introduce myself to you, and from there we are able to grow. Out of the abundance of your heart your mouth speaks. So there's a lot of toxins that's in here. Sometimes we talk aggressively, so if we're able to get that out and purify our hearts, we'll feel a whole heck of a lot better. So for me, what's in your heart, it matters, and it definitely matters to me. So I'll say we could get started with this morning show. Drop how you're feeling today. Well, it was asked at the top of the show how you're feeling. So tell us how you're feeling in the comments. We definitely plan on interacting with you. So please like and share this show, and we can go ahead and get started.
Go ahead and get started.
Yeah.
And today we're going to talk about, entrepreneurs. Because,
Yes.
Tiffany, so many times entrepreneurs are leaving money on the table
On the
because they're
table.
not maximizing their
Hmm.
potential. And, a
Hmm.
lot of times, they don't see it. They don't
Yeah.
see it. Good
Yeah.
morning, Sean. How you doing today?
Good
They don't
morning.
really see, what's
Hmm.
happening. And a lot of times they're not seeing because they're not understanding.
Right.
They're
Right.
not understanding. And this is what I like to point out
Hmm.
to people.
Okay.
There's more. There's so much more.
It is. Hmm.
There's so much more.
Hmm.
We can't go into that half-hearted. The theme for this month has been what? Finishing
Finish strong.
strong.
Hmm.
Finishing strong.
Hmm.
And that's what we, want to encourage you to do. Finish strong you
Finish.
know
Hmm.
finish strong
You have
no
to.
matter what. You
Mhm.
have to press through. Good morning, Marcia. How you doing today? you know you got to finish strong.
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
know Put everything into it. And a lot of times entrepreneurs are leaving money on the table because they're not putting everything into it.
Right, right,
You know,
right, right.
they're not seeing beyond, their business, or
Sure.
they're just not seeing it. All we're seeing is this business that I started,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
and they're
Mm-hmm.
not going beyond that. And a lot of times, it could be because they don't plan. What we've been talking about.
You
They
have to have a
don't
plan.
plan. You have to have a plan.
Have to have a plan.
You have to
You
have,
have to.
have to have a
That's your
plan.
blueprint for your life.
Yeah, a blueprint
Mm-hmm.
for your life. And then
Mm-hmm.
their book is a plan. You remember
Mm-hmm.
we talked about that yesterday? And I know that went over some people's head because they're always thinking about it as a plan. They're not even thinking about the book as the plan.
Yeah.
They're not
Mm-hmm.
thinking about that. It
Mm-hmm.
went over their heads.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It
I hope somebody was able to go ahead and get a catcher's mitt and catch that, so they'll go ahead and receive that for their life and go ahead and
did.
institute it, put it in action.
Yes. Good morning, Janelle. Good
Hey,
morning,
good
Marcia.
morning.
Yeah,
Good
plan
morning.
your work and work your plan. And that's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. Plan
Mm-hmm.
your work and work your plan.
Work the plan, right?
Work the plan. That's it. We talk about that, don't we? We talk about that. Even before we get on the show, we talk
Mhm.
about, our show in the morning.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
talk
we do.
about the shows.
We do. Mhm.
Who is it gained for? Who is it
Mhm.
aiming for? You
Mhm.
have to have an aim. Your book
Mhm.
has to have an aim. This is a
Absolutely.
writing journey. This is not
Mhm.
just writing a bunch
Mhm.
of words and putting it between two covers and calling it a book. It's
Right.
much more than that.
Mhm. It
It's
is.
much,
Mhm.
much more than that.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Just
Got to
like we
work
saying
that
for
plan.
them to target their audience, we also make sure that we're targeting who we have a plan also. It's not
That's
like we're just telling everybody else to do that. We eat this first.
it.
We
Exactly.
make sure that we have a plan going out as well. We never want to tell you anything that's something that we're not instituting ourselves. You got to eat first. I got to secure my own mask first so I can
That's
make sure that you're effective. We tell you to talk from your experiences. This is stuff that we've experienced ourselves. We know what the plan is, and this is
Go
what our
ahead.
plan is, and we're about to work the plan.
Got to
So,
work the plan. That's it. On social media, on this live stream, put it that way. This
yeah,
is only a
yes, hmm
small portion of the big picture, and
yeah,
it's all a plan. It's
hmm
all a plan.
hmm
So entrepreneurs, you have to have a plan, and a plan with your book.
there,
Your book is a plan. I'm gonna say it one
uh-huh.
more time. Your book
Your
is
book
a
is a
plan.
plan.
It's a plan, and you got
Uh,
to aim it in the right direction. You got to position it,
hmm
okay,
hmm hmm
with
hmm
your message.
Yes.
Who
hmm
you want to reach?
hmm
Who do
hmm
you want to reach?
hmm hmm
Yes, plan your work and work your plan. That's
And work your
exactly it.
plan. You
Work your
have to
plan.
be able to do that. You got to be able to do that. You got to be able to appeal to your audience and work your plan. You're absolutely right, because we only show you a portion of what it is that we do. So
Only a
you only
portion.
get a skim. So
Only a
even
portion.
if you like this in here, imagine what it is like to get the full experience of it, because you just scratching the surface. You just get the crust of the bread.
You're scratching the surface. You're scratching the surface. That's it. That's it. But it's fun. Like I said, what's your weekend plan, y'all? What's your weekend plan?
Yeah.
And when you like what you do and you really love it, okay, it works right. It
Yeah.
works right into the plan.
hmm
It
hmm
works right into the plan. I
hmm
love what I do. This is my life,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
working weekend. Okay. I don't
Uh-huh.
look at it as work. I look at it as fun. I look at
Uh-huh.
it as an extension. And
hmm
business owners, that's how your business should be. Don't
Yeah.
be it just for the money, just making the
hmm
money, you
hmm
know?
hmm
And
hmm
then they in it for the money, but still they
Yeah.
leaving money on the table. Now
Right.
explain that, Tiffany.
I can't explain that one. I really can't
Mhm.
explain that one to you, because I like money. I'm like, money answer of all things. So I like some money. So I try to do what I can to make
Yeah.
sure I secure the, as they like to say now, to secure the bag. So I like spending money, and these bills, these lights, they got to get paid. I need money in order to do so. So I am
Mm-hmm.
trying to make sure that any money that's available, go ahead and grab it, secure it. So
Secure, secure.
I don't leave
Put
the
it
money
back
on
in your business. That's it. Put it back
the
in your business. Expand.
Mhm.
We're talking about investing yourself at the
Yeah.
level that you want to to reach. You
Mm-hmm.
have to always invest in yourself. And we
You
talked about
do.
that. I think that was last week about you being the commodity. Okay, you being that person. You're being that person that don't lose value. Instead
Mm-hmm.
of taking your money and investing it in things that lose
Mm-hmm.
value, you rather do that than looking to invest in yourself and
Mm-hmm.
increase your understanding, increase
Mm-hmm.
your learning, increase your wisdom,
Yep.
increase
Mm-hmm.
how you position your business for
Mm-hmm.
longevity. You know,
True.
you're
Mm-hmm.
in it for a long haul.
Mm-hmm.
Most
Mm-hmm.
people never get that. They don't
Mm-hmm.
forecast, they don't set their business, they don't aim their business,
Man.
they don't aim their book
At all, and that's a
at all.
problem. And that's why we're talking today about writing to your ideal audience. You got to make
Mhm.
sure that you appeal to your target. Just archery, you get the bow and the arrow, right? So you see the target that's out there, so
Mhm.
you're gonna go ahead and aim. Even if you're going to a shooting range, you know what the target is. You got to make sure that you aim at that target, because I want to be right on center. Whatever I'm trying to get to, I'm going for it. I'm zoning in on it. I want it. I see it. I'm getting it. Boom. So I know what it is that I want, and I'm going after it.
I'm going
And
after it. Yeah.
you gotta know what you're going after, and that's the catch. If we're planning that, we
Mm.
know what we're going after. So
Oh, yes.
it's very imperative for you to make sure you get that plan together so that you
Mm.
know what you're going after. And it's not like you're just sure you want to be flowing with the end trend. Yes.
Mm.
However, have your plan that you can work so that when these little end trends come, that you can ride the wave of it, but you're not lost when that trend is gone. You still know what it
Exactly.
is that you're going to do, and you're still able to continue on the path. We always use the word journey. Continue on the journey. You can
Yes.
ride the wave of that trend though that's coming in, but you're not lost when it's over and done with. When these little
Exactly.
challenges that I see that's going on social media, certain people become famous from whatever particular challenge that's going on. Okay,
Mm.
well, once that's over and done with, then
Mhm.
what are you going to do with your life? Enjoy
Yeah.
the time that you're out there in your life, your 15 minutes of fame. But after that's over, then what?
Then
What are
what?
you ready to do?
Then what? That's it.
Mhm,
And that brings us right into the first one. Write
mhm,
for your ideal audience. You're an
absolutely.
entrepreneur. What is
Mhm,
your business about? Write for that ideal audience to
mhm.
bring them in. Okay, what
Bring
is
them
that
in.
specialty?
Mhm,
Okay,
bring them
all
in.
right. What
Mhm,
is that specialty? What is that passion?
mhm.
What is
Yeah.
that thing that you do?
Mhm,
Enhance your business by writing and reaching your ideal audience.
mhm,
And we
mhm,
talked about that, how to reach. We even
mhm.
put it out there. They probably didn't catch that. We don't like to say how to's, but we just giving you
Right, right,
something to
right.
think about, okay?
Mhm, mhm.
How to reach your ideal audience
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
different things of that nature.
Yeah.
um that's very, very important.
Mhm.
Very important, because
It
they're
is.
not seeing it that way. Oh, I just
Mhm,
opened a business, I got this going, I got that going.
mhm,
But they're
mhm.
not reaching their ideal audience because they're not enhancing their business with their book.
Right. Right.
you know
Right. Mhm.
hmm
You got to be able to enhance. That's the catch. Is you always should be able to enhance. You always want to grow. You always want to become better.
yeah.
But in the process of writing for your ideal audience, I think of it like when I'm reading a book. When I read any kind of book, I want to know when I'm reading it, how do it make me feel? Do I
hmm
feel empowered when I'm reading the book? Am I bored? When I read the book, do I feel inspired when I read the book?
hmm
How other books that you read, how it makes you feel, that should be something that you want your audience to feel as well. If you're
hmm
feeling inspired, you're feeling motivated, you're feeling great, empowered. Now, if it's something boring, you don't want to write in boring, but do write the opposite of that, right? But you
hmm
really want it, however you're reading a particular book or magazine or whatever it is that you're reading, you want your same audience to feel that kind of way. You want to feel empowered.
exactly.
You want to feel refreshed. You want to feel energized. You want to feel a little bit smarter, like your knowledge has increased in the process of you reading whatever
Exactly.
it is that you've read. Make that same experience for your audience in your book.
hmm
Have them feel just like that. Feel better. I don't want to feel worse than it was when I started reading it. I need to feel empowered. I need to feel better. I should be growing and enhanced by the time read that book. Same with your audience. They should feel encouraged, empowered.
And that's so true. Encourage and empower. And I'm gonna give
Mhm,
this example right here, okay?
mhm, mhm,
Um, maybe you have a hardware store. I'm just gonna throw it
Okay.
out there, a
Come
hardware
on.
store, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and maybe you're gonna write a book,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna put it in. You're gonna position that book on
Yeah.
gardening,
Okay.
okay, on a
Okay.
particular segment, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
there's lots of things in that hardware store you can write
Oh,
about.
it is.
There's
Mm-hmm.
lots of ideas, okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And now you can think about gardening. You can write a book. Maybe it's
Mm-hmm.
something about planning, a certain garden and how
Mm-hmm.
and the right tools and different
Mm-hmm.
things of that nature.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
is
Mm-hmm.
you position your book in an
Mm-hmm.
area that's going to reach that particular audience. Okay, you got that
Absolutely.
audience, and
Mm-hmm.
then maybe over here you're going to go
Mm-hmm.
to paint section. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
write a book about paint, the different types
Mm-hmm.
of paints, and
Mm-hmm.
how these certain types of paints
Mm-hmm.
enhance certain we're going to take it to the home because paints could be a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things, a
Mm-hmm.
certain room, the
Mm-hmm.
decorating, it could
Yep.
go out into different areas and
Mm-hmm.
different
Mm-hmm.
things of that nature.
Mm-hmm. Can
you
be a
know
how-to book.
it could be a how-to book,
Mm-hmm.
all
Mm-hmm.
of those
Definitely
things.
good. Mm-hmm.
This is just some examples to
Mm-hmm.
let you see, audience, that there's many many things that you could
Mm-hmm.
do to enhance your business as you
So,
write your book for that
mm-hmm.
ideal audience.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But you
That
got to know
ideal
your
audience.
audience.
Yeah,
You got to
ideal
know.
audience. Just like with
Mm-hmm.
this program,
Mm-hmm.
and what we talk
Mm-hmm.
about, turning your passion into profit.
Perfect. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I could put
Mm-hmm.
many, many different spins on this, okay?
Uh-huh.
And I'm sure
Uh-huh. It can be
Tiffany can
flipped.
do too.
Can flip it.
But
Uh-huh.
we can flip it. And we
Uh-huh.
flip it more than one time in a week, don't we? We flip it more than one time in a week.
Uh-huh. Yep.
But you have to think. You have to think.
Have
You have
to.
to think about, the treasures. They don't understand. There's
Mm-hmm.
treasures, there's gems inside of them. They're
Yeah.
settling for just being here. Got to come
Mm-hmm.
out your comfort zone. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
got to come out your comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to help you maximize your potential by
Have to.
pointing things out to you that you got to come out. For this
Mm-hmm.
upcoming year, you have to
Mm-hmm.
get it in your mind that I'm going to be intentional.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be intentional, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go beyond the
Come
limitations
on.
that I have set for myself in my
Mm-hmm.
mind, because
Mm-hmm.
these are limitations that's in the mind. That people
Mm-hmm.
have set up
Self.
limitations in their mind that this is
Mm-hmm.
the way it's got to be. No, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Mm-hmm.
it's not. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
got to
You
break
are
those
doing these
barriers.
limiting
Tiffany, got
beliefs.
to break those barriers.
Break them.
Yeah,
Absolutely. You have to do that because I kid you not, you're limiting yourself because
yeah,
you have these thoughts and dreams you want to do, but you just have them stuck in here. Take the chains off, take the limits off.
yeah,
So stop restricting yourself and understand if you think it, you can achieve it. So,
yeah,
like, the only thing that's stopping you is you. Put your hand to the plow and make it happen. So
yeah.
it's like you believe it, put your hands to it. We like to,
Right.
how many Google searches is there in a day? Google.
63,000 Google searches every second of every day.
There it
Every
is.
second, girl.
Make it happen. Find out how
Mm-hmm.
you getting ready to make whatever it is that you're thinking of in your head a success. Make it
Yeah,
happen. Get you an expert. Get you get somebody that knows or that's an expert in that particular field that you want to do.
yeah,
But don't just let it be stuck here.
yes.
Take it out. Say it. Let your words have
Mm-hmm.
power. Let your thoughts come into an action. Make it happen. Take
Yes.
the limits off, please. Let's stop restricting ourselves so that you can
Yeah.
go ahead and see. A lot of people focus on the money. You want to see the money,
Mm-hmm.
put your thoughts in action so you
Mm-hmm.
can see it.
So you can see, we talked about that, right? Instead of
Mhm,
focusing on the money, it's talk about
mhm.
focus on serving people. The money will
Serve.
come. The
It's
money will
coming.
come. Serving people. How
It's
can I
coming.
make somebody else's life better?
Mm-hmm.
How can I make it? A lot of times entrepreneurs is thinking about me, 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 I.
Yeah.
They're looking
Uh-huh.
at the books. The books are red, okay? They're not black, okay?
Yeah.
If they concentrate on serving,
Mhm.
they never have to worry about being in the red again.
Come on. Come
Okay,
on.
they
Come
never
on.
have to worry
Mm-hmm.
because it's people out there, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
and I told you 63,000
Mm-hmm.
Google searches every second of
Yeah.
every day
Mm-hmm.
with 7.9
Mm-hmm.
billion people in this world.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
With an audience, you're not speaking to everybody, but you are
Yeah.
speaking to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody needs to know about your
Mm-hmm.
expertise.
Yep.
Somebody needs to know about that how to.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody needs to be encouraged. Somebody
Mm-hmm.
needs what you
Somebody.
already have
Mm-hmm.
because we all live busy lives, okay? And we
Mm-hmm.
don't have time to search Google and go to YouTube
Right,
and
right,
get,
right, right, right.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
want something in a condensed format so
Yep.
we can pick up that book,
Mm-hmm.
okay? We
Mm-hmm.
can pick up that book and read that book and
Yep.
see how I can make my life better. That's what your
Yep.
audience is looking for.
Yep.
How can I
Mm-hmm.
make my life better? And you
Mm-hmm.
have to see it for them or
Mm-hmm.
they'll never see it. You have to
Mm-hmm.
see it before you see it or you'll
Mm-hmm.
never see it.
Or you'll never
You
see
have to
it.
see their
Mm-hmm.
situation. And once write that message and aim that
Mm-hmm.
message and position
Mm-hmm.
that message and
Uh-huh.
hold their hands. Okay, this
Mm-hmm.
is the
Mm-hmm.
kind of wrap up of everything we've been talking about this week.
Uh-huh.
And hold their hands. Now they're
Uh-huh.
able to take that leap of faith, or they're
Yeah.
able to take that leap forward over that
Mm-hmm.
situation to arrive at the destination
To
that
arrive
your
there.
book has led them to.
Mm-hmm. Miss
That was
Gertrude, I hear
a
something in your throat this morning. I promise you, I feel like I'm about to stand up and just, I need something to throw at you this morning. I,
something to
I
throw.
hear it
I
in
have
your
to wrap
throat.
it up, but that's it.
I
Good
hear it in
morning,
your throat.
Bishop. Good morning.
I'm ready to push you on. Come on. You talking good this morning.
But this is it. This is it. They leave money on the table, Tiffany. They leave money on the table.
Yeah, they
Right
do.
for that ideal audience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're just
No, you're
trying to
talking.
push you, entrepreneurs. We're
Mm-hmm.
trying to push you,
Mm-hmm.
okay, for this upcoming year. And that
Mm-hmm.
leads us right into, the
Mm-hmm.
next topic because we talked about why reading
Yeah.
is essential.
Mm-hmm.
Read books to expand your knowledge.
And yes, yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You grow as your knowledge grows. So, and reading is fundamental. So you're able to grow because of that. Once you start reading, you become a better individual. You're inhaling all the info. You become like a sponge. You're absorbing it. So you need to read. Reading is very fundamental. Your knowledge really becomes, you're enhanced by that.
Yeah.
And even being around others, um, and being able to absorb some other cultures, other nationalities. You're able to just being around a different environment also helps you to increase your knowledge. But when you're getting into different books, finding different genres, you're able to absorb stuff. You're talking about going into the hardware store, having the how-to books. I
Mm-hmm.
like putting stuff together. I like getting those little books, the how-to for dumb, to the dummies,
Mm-hmm.
the books. Those help you though. Like,
Yeah.
I like building different little things. So I'm able to do that because of these different little books to expand. When I build stuff, I got the instructions inside of there. Next time I
Yeah.
do it, I may not need it because I've seen how it's done already in whatever it was that I was building. Reading helps you become better. And
Yes.
you're able to retain the knowledge by reading whatever it is. I feel like I'm a better individual. You can call on me and ask me, hey, Tiffany, do you know whatever? And yes, I do. I sure can tell you that. I did that because I took the time out to study. I studied to show myself approved for whatever it is that you're asking me. I'm able to be an expert in my field because
Yes.
I decided to study. So in order for me to give you whatever it is you're wanting, I have to study. But that's what keeps me knowledgeable because I'm willing to take the time out to expand my mind in reading so I can become better.
Yes. And
Yeah.
that's so important. So you
Mm-hmm.
could become better. So you
Mm-hmm.
could expand your mindset. So you
Mm-hmm.
could see things not in one dimensional. Because so many people,
Right.
entrepreneurs, they see things one dimensional. It's
Mm-mm.
that way.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Don't box me in.
Don't box you. And they box themselves in, and that's what causes the limitation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but
Mm-hmm.
when you see something from somebody
Mm-hmm.
else's viewpoint,
Yeah.
now you know how to write
Hmm.
from your audience's
Come
viewpoint
on.
instead of writing from your own
Mm-hmm.
viewpoint because
Mm-hmm.
it's not about you, it's all
Mm-hmm.
about your audience.
Yep. Yep. That's the truth.
Okay? All
Fact and the
about your
truth.
audience. And it's just a way of training your mind to think the
Mm-hmm.
other way
Mm-hmm.
and taking the focus off of yourself. You
Mm-hmm.
see, that focus when you are author, when you're a
Mm-hmm.
writer, the
Mm-hmm.
focus has to be off of you. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
about
yeah.
you, it's all about them. You know, it's all about them. When you care for people and you care about what they're going through and you care about, changing their lives and making their lives
Yeah,
better,
better.
that's what it's about.
That's what I want you to
Making
be.
somebody's life better. That's
Absolutely.
very important,
It's
and
very.
it's a feeling, Tiffany, it's a feeling that comes with that.
It
You
feels
know that
great.
when
It
you
feels
see
great.
somebody else winning, don't you feel some kind of way? It makes you feel
Listen,
good.
I sure do. It is
Yeah.
amazing. I was talking to a client just yesterday, and she was saying that she had just moved from one state to another state. And I was like, okay. I said, all
Good
right, good
morning,
stuff.
Tommy.
And she said she had moved, and then she was like, and they're building a house. She's married now, and they're building a house. As she was talking, I'm sitting here going like, you're growing. And here it goes. I just started growing, and I started grinning, and I'm starting to feel. I was like, stop it. I said, can I tell you something? I said, I'm listening to you, because it was a phone call that we didn't, wasn't on Zoom. And so I was like, I said, I'm telling you right now, I'm super excited. I was like, you're making me smile. Oh my God, I'm excited for you. Like, and she said, I can hear it. I said, I feel like it's me, but
Yeah.
listening to you growing, listening to you doing better with your life, and you're actually applying certain stuff. It's a beautiful feeling.
It's a
It
beautiful
feels
thing.
great when I see you growing. And even if it's something that you didn't even grow with me, you're telling me what your start and where you're at now. It's beautiful. Like, it's
It's a
amazing for me.
beautiful thing.
And I just
Yeah.
turned into a whole girl, and I'm like, it's
I
beautiful.
love to see it. It's good, right? It's good.
It's
You know,
beautiful.
it's good when you see people from where they were and you
Mhm,
see where they got that information,
mhm,
in that book, in whatever
mhm, mhm,
that message was, and now
mhm.
they're on the other side.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's a
Uh-huh.
beautiful thing. That's a
On the other
beautiful
side.
thing. When you see the bands of that limitation come off their mindset and now
Mhm,
they could see,
mhm,
girl,
mhm.
that's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful
That's a
thing. Oh my
beautiful
God, it's
thing.
amazing.
That's
Why
a
you got me
beautiful
sitting
thing.
here grinning again? Thanks a
Oh
lot.
yes, that's a beautiful thing.
It's beautiful. I love
That's a
seeing
beautiful
growth.
thing.
It
But
feels
that's the
great.
power, right? That's
Mhm,
the
mhm,
power and that's the energy,
mhm.
entrepreneurs, of your
Yeah,
message,
yeah.
okay?
Mhm,
Of your message. You have to put something into it.
mhm.
And that comes from writing from the core. Okay, just because
From you.
you got to be the expert. Okay, you got to be authentic. You
Mhm,
just because you've been around a situation does
mhm,
not make you the expert. You
mhm,
have to have experienced that. It
mhm,
had to, come through you in order for you to write about. Okay,
mhm,
because there's a certain energy that's there
mhm,
that's going to take that from
mhm,
that paper, those
mhm,
words on that paper, and
mhm,
bring that transformation into
mhm,
somebody's life, because
mhm,
it has to be a transformation
mhm,
take place. If there's
mhm.
no transformation taking place in the book that you read,
Now,
hey, that's just a bunch of words written
mhm,
between two covers and they called it a book.
and called it a
Point
book.
blank. Point blank, period. Right?
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But
Mhm,
read books to expand your knowledge, people.
mhm,
You have to
mhm,
read books to expand your knowledge so
mhm.
you could go to the next level.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mhm,
Go
mhm,
to the next level. And that
mhm.
that brings us to what? The next
That
speaking
ushered
point:
us right on
stick
in there.
to your expertise. What you
Uh-huh.
guys say about that, Tiffany?
You
Stick to your
you just ushered
expertise.
us. You ushered us right on into that one, But you're able to stick to your expertise when you're able to know who yourself is. So, in the process of you reading books, you enhance your life, and you probably will find out some stuff about your life when you're reading those books. Like, oh, okay, well, hey, that's kind of nice. You know what? You might be a hothead, and so in the process of reading a particular book, you may realize, you know what, the book tells you, you know what, when you feel yourself getting angry, take a moment, take a break, inhale, exhale, breathe, count to 10.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I'll tell you to count to 10 and count to 10 backwards. Use big words. So you go 10, Tallahassee, 9, Mississippi, 8. But it makes you think, like, I got to find a big word and I'm going from 10 to 1. And it causes you to think, so wait, what's it? Now it's causing you to take your mind off of whatever it was that was making you angry. And then you got to breathe during that. after that, by the time you go through that particular process, it's like, man, you should feel a little bit better. You're able to understand that once you are getting that particular knowledge in whatever it is that you've written. That is one of the things I wrote in my books. That was a little nugget that I gave you.
That was a little
Nevertheless,
nugget. Yeah,
you
because even
you're
Bishop
able
talked
to.
about how do I go about writing a book, and that was a
Ooh,
little nugget. Well, you can get with me, and
perfect
schedule a
person.
Zoom meeting by going to
Perfect person.
bit.ly/generate revenue 2021. You know,
Mm-hmm.
get with me and let's have a discussion about that. That's
Yes.
bit.ly/generate revenue
Mm-hmm.
2021. And
Uh-huh.
but that's good, Tiffany, dropping those little nuggets in there
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
everything, to help people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But you can become your expert once you know yourself. You got to
Hmm.
know who you are. You got to know your target audience. You got to know you. You can't be an expert when you're trying to feel like I'm doing everything. We talked about the other day of trying to have your hands in every pot. Go ahead and master that one particular thing. Go ahead and master that one item so that you can become that expert in that field instead of trying to be hands-on in everything. One of the most freeing feelings that I received was being alone. Once I got that, not, I won't say that I'm cheerleading a divorce, but once I was divorced and my
Hmm.
kids became grown, I'm an empty nester now. My kids are grown, 24, 23, and 19. They're all out of the house. So the minute that I was able to take on some time to be with me and sit with me, feel me, smell me, understand me, I was able to become a better individual. I learned that I'm not an angry individual. I'm very generous.
Hmm.
I'm one of the sweetest individuals you'll know. But I learned that being with me, sitting with me.
Hmm.
And in the process of that, once I realized, you know what? Things that come from your heart do matter. Setting out
Yeah.
goals, that really does matter. And then once I realized that, I'm like, goals. I set out
Hmm.
goals. I'm gonna become an
Hmm.
expert in that. I'm gonna go to
Hmm.
school for that. I'm gonna go ahead and get some knowledge into that because I have experience in that. All I need is a little paperwork to help me in my background with it, but that's what I deal with.
Hmm.
That's my expertise. That's what I and so and I stick to that. I don't try to go over here and be a gynecologist. I'm not trying to go over here and I'm trying to be a welder or a carpenter. I stick with what I know. This
Yes.
is my
Yes.
area and this is what I'm good at. This is where I'm going to go. I'm not trying to cover nobody else. I'm going to be good at what I do and this is what I stick to.
And that's
So,
very good points. Yeah,
yeah.
very good points.
Yeah.
But I dropped the information in the chat how you could get in touch with me.
It's good
Um,
stuff.
Go in there how to write a book because
Mhm.
everybody has a message. I believe everybody has a story to tell.
Mhm.
Everybody
Mhm.
has a message. Everybody has
Absolutely.
somebody that needs to hear what
Mhm.
they have in their hearts.
Mhm.
Okay, how
The
to make
heart.
somebody else better. Yeah,
Mhm.
everybody has
Say how
something,
you
and they have a
feel.
lot. You know,
Mhm.
and it's not just
Mhm.
one thing. When we're talking about entrepreneurs, business owners, when we're
Mhm.
talking about writing your story, and everybody has a story to tell. We're not
Mhm.
talking about one book because what we've been talking about, this is a writing journey. There's
Journey.
more than
Yeah.
one book. Okay, so
Mhm.
don't ever think of your
Mhm.
message as being insignificant because
Mhm.
somebody somewhere needs to hear your story, whether it's
Mhm.
your story of
Mhm.
overcoming, whether it's a
Mhm.
how to, whether it's
Mhm.
poetry, whatever
Mhm.
it may be. Okay, there's
Okay.
different ways that you could write a book. Um,
True.
there's different books out there. There's different purposes. People write books, and there's many purposes behind writing a book. Okay,
Mhm.
there's many
Mhm.
purposes. So
Yeah.
whatever that is that you may say, well, my story is not important. Don't hold
Mhm.
back on that. Don't
Right.
hold back on that because your
Right. Right.
story is important. It's very
It's
important.
very important. It's very
Mhm.
important. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It
And that
definitely is.
brings us to the next one.
Mhm.
Create engaging content.
Talk to us. Talk to
Engaging,
us.
engaging content.
Uh-huh.
Something that's going to intrigue your audience.
Mhm.
Something that's
Mhm.
going to keep them on the tip of that seat,
Mhm.
entrepreneurs,
Mhm.
something that
Mhm.
they're gonna want to know more about.
Mhm.
Always intrigue your audience to have them
Yes.
sitting up all night long reading that book. You know,
Mhm.
to have them waiting for your next book with
Mhm.
nothing
Mhm.
in hand. Okay, you haven't
Mhm.
even written that book.
Right,
Okay,
right, 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 right,
but
right, right.
they anticipating that. Okay, when you engage
Mhm.
with them, and you know what engaging comes from when you're really concerned about them.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm. 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 Mhm.
you're really
Mhm.
concerned about them,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
you see the
Mhm.
situation that they're in. That's why you know we have to spend our time really getting to know our audience, Tiffany.
Come
Really
on.
get to know their pain points.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay. So
Mhm.
because there's
Mhm.
many people, what I told you,
Mhm.
7.9 billion people in the
Yep.
world.
Mhm.
Okay.
You said it.
There's a lot of
Mhm.
stuff going on with our
Mhm.
ideal audience,
Mhm.
and they're in pain. They don't know
Yeah.
their next step. Okay.
Mhm.
They're confused.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of confusion going on about right now. Okay.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
lot of confusion.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, they
Mhm.
walking around. They can't see. Everybody
Mhm.
doesn't know what you know, and
Right.
you can't
Right.
assume that people know the same thing
Mhm.
that you know,
Yep.
because
Mhm.
everybody's not understanding. Even if it
Mhm.
was put in your face, if you're in an
Mhm.
auditorium, say with
Mhm.
500 people,
Mhm.
everybody's not receiving that same message the same
They're
way.
not. Mm.
Okay,
They're not. It's a different perspective.
it's a
Each
different
person sees it
perspective.
in a different way. Mhm.
Yeah. But
Mhm.
you have to see it for them. And in order, to transport it, speaking that language that they are speaking, so
Mhm.
they'll be able to understand it. So what you're doing is you're taking them into a deeper dive. Now you're
Yeah.
drawing them out from that situation. They're
Mhm.
coming out of that fear. They're coming out of
Mhm.
that confusion. They're coming out of
Mhm.
whatever it is. Okay,
Mhm.
and you
Mhm.
engaging them to latch on to your message, what you are
Mhm.
saying. So
Mhm.
now it's what drawing them to come out of that situation where they could see it.
Yeah.
You understand?
Mhm.
Where
Mhm.
they'll build that, it's that heart connection. I can't
Uh-huh.
go
Uh-huh.
into that. It's that heart connection where
Yeah.
now they're connecting with you.
Mhm.
Now they're
Mhm.
connecting with you. That's
Mhm.
another form of engagement, okay? That's
Absolutely it
another
is.
form of engagement. When we
Mhm.
talk about action, we're talking
Mhm.
about actionable steps. We're talking
Absolutely.
about, building that know, like, and trust factor.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mhm.
Know, like,
Mhm.
and trust. Because sometimes people might not respond to you over social
Mhm.
media or whatever it
Mhm.
may be. Okay?
Right.
But it's
Right.
still building that know, like, and trust factor on
Mhm.
that side. Because now,
Mhm.
you're drawing them out of a place.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm speaking this because I
Mhm.
know it to be, I
Mhm.
know it to be
Mhm.
so.
Mhm. Mhm.
I speak to many
Mhm.
people a day. I
Mhm.
don't see them at all.
Mhm.
I don't see them at all.
Mhm.
Not even on social media. They
Mhm.
drop down in my calendar and talk with
Yeah.
me, and they
Mhm.
see me some way
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
over
Uh-huh.
these internet streams. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So that's why you got to constantly have engaging content.
Mhm.
You know
Mhm.
what I mean?
Mhm.
Where you see them and you drawing
Mhm.
them out of a place
Right.
to
Mhm.
build that connection.
Mhm. That
It's
engaging
on you,
content,
Julia.
you're wanting to make sure that you do engage your audience. Absolutely,
Mhm.
you want to be able to do because you're engaging them with your personal experiences. Something that's not fabricated. It's nothing
Mhm.
that you've overheard, but it's something that's truly authentic to you. Now,
Mhm.
I'm not saying that you can't reference a particular situation or something that
Yeah.
that you've experienced or you saw. Not saying that you can't reference that, but whatever you're writing about and that you're engaging your audience let it be your personal experience.
Yeah.
Um, let it make sure that it's coming, like we always say, make sure it's coming from your core. We can be in a whole audience. You can have one particular person that's up speaking here, but you got different camera angles. So like you
Mm-hmm.
made reference to, those different camera angles is still focused on this one individual, but I see it from this side and I get to see a whole bunch of other stuff that's
Mm-hmm.
here. I see it from this side. Your worldview is going to be something, everybody's worldview is something different. It's one
Something
person
different.
talking to you, but how you receive it, because your life is structured this way, I receive something else out of this. Your life is structured this way, so you're receiving something out of there, but you got to make sure you have this authentic message that you're
Mm-hmm.
able to get. What engaging is just your words strategically placed to make sure that you're able to land that power packed message to hit that person home. I want to be that
Yeah.
power hitter. I want to be able
Yeah.
to engage with you to say something that's going to be able to edify you.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that I say may not be able to set you free, but let it be something that might be a seed
Mm-hmm.
that I've planted in you. And
Yes.
it's not me. When I'm saying me, that's universal, people,
Yes.
period. But let it be a seed that's going to be able to grow. Somebody else is going to be able, you heard something else. Oh, that's making me want to do something. Whatever it was, I've
Yes.
said something, you've said something, they've read something in the comments that sparks something within them that's causing them to want to be able to become better.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful thing about this wonderful social media streaming that we're doing, they can talk to us and interact with us. They can
Yeah.
ask questions, and the questions that you're asking, that's helping us to engage with you to become a little bit better.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Tiffany, Jean said your story is very impactful. Yes, it is. Be the
mhm,
power hitter. Yes, be that power hitter. You know,
mhm,
be that
mhm,
power hitter. You got to. You
absolutely.
got to.
Mhm,
Trying to draw them out, and that brings
mhm,
us into the next one.
yeah.
Share your content in
Mhm,
relevant places. Okay,
yeah.
places
Yeah.
that matter. Be
Mhm, mhm,
everywhere that your audience is. Be
mhm.
everywhere. Be
Okay.
everywhere. Okay.
Mhm,
It's time to
mhm.
come out wherever you are. Okay. When you're an entrepreneur, it's no time to be shy. Okay.
You
It's
can't.
no time to be shy.
You can't. Mhm,
Okay.
mhm. You
Be
can't.
where your audience is.
Mhm,
Be
mhm,
everywhere
mhm.
in
You have to.
all different places.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm, mhm.
Not just in the what? The mom and pop. Let's break it
Right.
on down. And
Mhm,
I don't want to get on the internet.
mhm,
Or don't just be
mhm,
on the internet and forget
mhm.
about the local community.
Yeah. Mhm, mhm.
Be
Yeah.
everywhere. Let
Mhm.
your name be a household name. It's
Yeah.
possible, y'all. It's
It can.
possible, entrepreneurs,
Mhm.
that
It
your
can.
company, and you know what, on Tiffany on this show, we take
Mhm.
it to the world. We put it on the
Yeah.
world stage. We
Mhm,
don't play
mhm,
small.
mhm,
Okay, we
mm-mm.
put it on the world stage.
Mhm,
That's why we always expanding your mindset,
yeah.
people.
Mhm,
That's
mhm,
63,000 Google searches every second of every day
mhm.
with
Absolutely.
7.9 billion people in the world.
Absolutely.
Okay? Be
Mhm,
everywhere. Share your
mhm.
content in relevant places. Okay?
Absolutely.
Places that's
Absolutely.
going to matter. Places that, you know, where your ideal audience is.
Mhm,
Okay?
mhm,
In
mhm,
relevant places. Be there. Okay?
mhm,
Don't hold
mhm,
back. Be
mhm,
your unapologetically self. You
mhm,
know, I had to
mhm.
tell that to somebody the other
Uh-huh,
day about
uh-huh.
being authentic,
Mhm,
about being unapologetically you, because
mhm.
they were feeling bad about themselves and they were
Wow,
doubting themselves. Okay. And I
wow,
said, wait, hold
wow.
up, hold up.
Mhm,
You
mhm.
never have to apologize for being who you are. Why
Mm-mm,
are people ashamed of who they are?
mm-mm,
You can't compare yourself
mm-mm,
to nobody else.
mm-mm,
Okay.
mm-mm,
But what
mm-mm,
you can do is be
mm-mm.
who you are
Be,
and
that's
share
what the
your
shirt said, be
content.
you.
Your
Mhm,
content is more than, you know,
mhm,
just uh stuff that you put on social media.
mhm,
Okay?
mhm,
It's more
mhm,
than that.
mhm, mhm.
You, okay, you. When I talk about you, like you said, I'm talking about everybody.
Universal.
Okay, you
Mhm,
look at yourself and
mhm,
say me. Okay,
mhm,
I am
mhm,
content. I am
mhm.
content because what? The treasures, the gems we have on the inside of us, we are
Yes.
full of content. Okay,
Mhm.
share yourself
Absolutely.
in relevant places where it's going
Mhm,
to make a difference to somebody else's life.
mhm, mhm,
Okay,
mhm,
we are
mhm.
content.
We are.
You know,
Mhm,
I had a guy
mhm,
the other day, Tiffany.
mhm,
Matter of fact,
mhm,
it was yesterday. because you remember
Okay.
I told you, yes, it was a busy day.
It
I had
was. It was.
classes, and
Mhm.
I speak to women,
Uh-huh.
but I'm
Mhm.
invited to teach men.
Mhm. It
I
happens.
don't
It's
turn
been
down nothing.
happening.
I don't turn
Yeah.
down nothing. And he
Yeah.
said, "Wow, you broadcast 5 days a week. Where you get
Mhm.
all the content from?"
Mhm. Uh-huh.
I
Uh-huh.
say, "When you authentic, it comes out of you.
Mhm. Everything in you
It
got to
comes
come out.
out of you. Okay?
Mhm.
When you're
Mhm.
authentic, it comes out of you.
Yeah. Mhm.
You are content. You have to understand, business owners, you are
Mhm.
content.
You
People
are the
are looking
content.
for you. They're looking for your expertise. Stop
Mhm.
allowing yourself to be comfortable. Stop
Mhm.
allowing yourself to be complacent. Stop
Yeah.
allowing yourself to have those limited beliefs, thinking that this
Yeah.
is the way it's going to be. No, you are
Mhm.
content, okay?
You
Don't
are.
be
You
afraid.
are.
Stop holding back, because the very
Mhm.
thing that you're holding back on is the very thing that's going to cause transformation
Mhm.
in somebody else's life.
It is. Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
transformation.
You may be the only book somebody reads. So you are that actual content. So and it matters. And like you're saying, being in relevant places, don't just get yourself stuck to this particular platform, because right about now that's where we're at. And I'll make this go applicable for my house, or I'll share a little portion of my house. I'll tell this about my kids when they used to be in the house with me, is you guys are so stuck on these doggone phones and these tablets that you don't realize that there's people around you. You do know I'm here, your brother's here, your sister's here. Talk to people. Let's go outside. Let's go to the mall and go bother people. Like anybody that encounters me is never a stranger. So like let's go bother people. I'm saying that to say wherever you're at, engage with them people where
Yeah,
you're at.
yeah.
Don't just be stuck here and say, oh, this is my audience, this is my world right here. That's a portion of your world.
Oh, yeah.
So, talk to the people that's here, engage with them here, share your content, meaning you, share you with the people here, but share you with the individuals that you meet out in the mall, out in the grocery stores. Meet them, go to networking events and share your
Yeah.
content. You are the content. And like you said,
Yeah.
being you, that's what the shirt says. Be you.
Be
Why
you.
be somebody else when you are so good at being you? I don't want to try to be you. I want to be me. And when I
Mm.
am me, the message that I convey, the content that I convey is more, you're going to feel what I have to say because it's coming from me, not me trying to structure what you said. Let me remember what you said. I'm gonna try to get this in there. That's you. That's your words. That's how you relate to
Yeah.
people. I'm not trying to be you. When I try to be somebody else, messages get lost. You don't get a chance to drive home,
Yeah.
and you may have something got lost. But when I'm me and I go ahead and be the little goofy individual that I am, I'm gonna give you some quirkiness in here. I do stuff like that. That's me. So you're able to feel a certain way because I'm authentically me. I'm going to express it the way that I express it. And I'm not going to try and be anybody else, but I'm going to take this content that I have. I'm going to take this real life story that I have. I'm going to take my truths and I'm going to spread it to these internet streets and to these streets out here.
That's it.
So, yeah,
That is so true. That is so true. Just be
yeah.
unapologetically you. You
Unapologetically.
don't have to apologize to nobody for nothing. Okay?
Mm-mm,
Because
mm-mm.
we're not the voice for everybody, but we are the voice for somebody.
Somebody. Hmm.
Somebody, entrepreneurs. Stick to
Somebody.
your expertise. Okay?
Hmm. Hmm.
Reading is essential
Yeah,
because
it
it
is.
brings you out of that limited mindset so you
Mhm,
could see the people that you need to connect with.
mhm.
It's just a form of expanding your knowledge, expanding your brain, you know,
Enhance it. Mhm,
enhancing it, you know.
mhm.
When I used to write just for fun,
Yeah.
before I
Okay.
started writing for profit,
Mhm,
I
mhm.
used to like to write to expand my mindset, to
Yeah.
see how far I could push my mind.
Mhm,
That's
mhm,
very fascinating to me. The
mhm,
mind is
mhm,
something that always has fascinated me.
mhm, mhm,
And you
mhm.
know, entrepreneurs, you have to see that. You have to, especially when you're an entrepreneur, okay?
Yeah.
You have to
Mhm,
expand that mind. You have to stretch your mind. It's an
mhm,
exercise,
mhm,
stretching your mind,
mhm,
okay?
mhm. Yeah.
Read.
Yeah.
Read.
Mm-hmm.
Read.
Mm-hmm.
Reading helps you see
Yeah.
things in a different light.
Mm-hmm.
Reading is very, very important.
Mm-hmm.
Reading even lifts your spirit.
Come
You say, I
on.
want to be a
Yeah.
writer, but how can you be a good writer if you're not a good reader?
Ma'am, talk good to me.
You
Talk
know,
good to the
you
people.
have to
Mm-hmm.
read.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
essential,
Yeah, it
you
is.
know,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you're an entrepreneur. It's
Yeah.
essential,
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's
Something
right,
that you need
Jean.
to do.
Being authentic is the key. It's
Mm-hmm.
the key.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And she said, Tiffany, you sound like my father. He never met a stranger. Never met a stranger. He would talk to You got to.
Everybody.
That's a good point.
Everybody.
You got to.
Everybody.
When you're an
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneur, there's
Mm-hmm.
no, you got to be
Mm-hmm.
unselfish. Okay. You cannot be
Me
selfish.
too.
You have to talk to everybody. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you have an attitude or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta change that mindset.
Have
Okay,
to. You got to
especially
shift it.
going into 2022. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
when we're talking
Mm-hmm.
about finishing strong, there's a lot of stuff that you need to leave right here in
Yeah.
2021,
Mm-hmm.
and you
Mm-hmm.
can't bring over the 2022.
Can't. Please
You
don't.
can't bring over the 2022. If
Please
you want
don't.
to finish strong, if you want to be successful in this
Mm-hmm.
upcoming year, and success
Mm-hmm.
is more than money. Success is more than money.
Sure.
Success is a mindset. Okay, success
Sure.
is a mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Entrepreneurs, success
Mm-hmm.
is a mindset. Forget about all those 8 figures and 7 figures
Mm-hmm.
and 4 figures. If you don't
Mm-hmm.
have it up here,
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to matter to you. It's not
Mm-hmm.
going to matter. You
You
got
better
to
figure
change
out a
your
plan.
mindset. Yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
got to expand your mindset,
Mm-hmm.
expand your knowledge, expand your wisdom. Get
Mm-hmm.
get your focus off of you. Get your focus off of my little business. Okay, it's not your
Yeah.
little business.
Yeah.
It's
Mm-hmm.
something to serve people.
Come on.
It's
Come on.
service, Tiffany. It's
It
service.
is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're the one that's putting if you're feeling like it's small or it's not where it needs to be, your particular business, that's you. If you
Mhm.
don't become a successful individual that you're wanting to become, fault you. So when I decided to leave my 9 to 5, I told myself, if I don't succeed, in the words of my grandfather, it's nobody's fault but yours. So it's my own fault because I decided to restrict my own self. If I don't get any sales in that particular day, it's nobody's fault but mine. If I don't engage with anybody, it's nobody's fault but mine. If I don't grow and I don't enhance somebody's life, it's nobody's fault but mine because I decided to put the muzzle on my mouth, or I decided to not let my fingers work because my nails done got long and I feel like I don't want to type or text or whatever the case it is. It's nobody's fault but mine because I have put restrictions on me and I've said, I don't feel like doing it. You know what? I just want to relax today. If I decide to relax today, then I better be prepared for the consequences that come behind relaxing. Nevertheless, I'm as successful as I say that I'm going to be, as
Oh
much
yeah.
as I'm going to put my hands to, how much I'm going to allow my brain to either lie dormant and do nothing and watch TV and play socially on the internet, not engaging in people. I'm just socializing, looking and playing with people. It's up to me, meaning me, still in the universal context, you
Hmm.
too, how successful you're going to be as to what you decide to do with your life. If you decide to not do anything, you can't get mad because you don't have anything.
That's right. You
Yeah.
can't get mad. Activate
Mm-hmm.
your creativity, y'all. That's what we're
Mm-hmm.
talking about today.
Mm-hmm.
Activate your creativity. Okay.
Absolutely.
You created this
Absolutely.
business, this
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneurship. This is something
Mm-hmm.
you created. You can't
Mm-hmm.
blame anybody else for where you
Mm-hmm.
are. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot blame even the economy. Okay.
Can. You
Because
can't.
when there's a will, there's a way.
Mm-hmm.
You will make a way because
Mm-hmm.
you are the creator. You have to
You.
understand you are the creator. This is
Mm-hmm.
your vision.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody could breathe life into this vision except you.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That
something
part.
you can't pass off to anybody else.
That part.
Nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
That part.
expand your mindset. Read.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Read. Mm-hmm.
Activate your creativity. Stop
Mm-hmm.
leaving money on the table.
On the
And
table.
when we're talking about money, this is money that you could take to expand your business, to,
Mm-hmm.
take your customers, take your
Mm-hmm.
clients into a
Yeah.
deeper dive, into
Mm-hmm.
different levels that they
Mm-hmm.
need to achieve in their lives. Because
Absolutely.
you know what, Tiffany,
Absolutely.
we all
Mm-hmm.
tied to each other in some
Mm-hmm.
way or
Where?
the other. No
Mm-hmm.
man is an
Where?
island, okay?
Nuh-uh.
No man
Mm-mm.
is an island. We're
Mm-mm.
here to help each
We
other.
are.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we shouldn't be selfish in this aspect. So,
Please don't
with
be.
that being said, let's see
Mm-hmm.
what the comments said before we sign off.
Uh-huh.
Okay, all righty.
That-
Okay,
That's
well, we
good
hope
stuff
that
you
they're
talking.
getting it. We hope that they're getting it. Okay,
Uh-huh. That's good
we
stuff you
want them to
talking.
understand this. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. That's
we
good
want
stuff you
them to
talking.
understand. But and I hope that what we shared, y'all, has
Mm-hmm.
brought value to your life to
Mm-hmm.
help you
Mm-hmm.
see that
Absolutely.
there's more to it than
Mm-hmm.
are seeing yourself as.
Mm-hmm.
There's so
Mm-hmm.
much more to you.
Mm-hmm.
There's so
There
much
is.
more to you.
There
But
is.
you have to allow yourself
Mm-hmm.
to take time to really get to know yourself,
Mm-hmm.
to tap into your real identity, your true identity, where you don't have to be ashamed of being who you are.
Being who you
You're on your own time clock, running your own race. You
are.
don't
Mm-hmm.
have to be ashamed
Mm-hmm.
of who you are. You don't have to
Yeah.
compare yourself to nobody else.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
be unapologetically you.
You.
And going
Absolutely.
into this season, going into the
Mm-hmm.
upcoming year,
Yeah.
let's be better than what you were
Mm-hmm.
in this year. Be
Mm-hmm.
intentional. Write
Mm-hmm.
your book.
Mm-hmm.
Touch somebody else's life. And in
Mm-hmm.
touching somebody else's life, your
Mm-hmm.
life will be impacted.
It will.
It
Absolutely, it
will.
will. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So with
And that
that,
little vision that they see inside of them, please write that down. Because I feel
yeah,
like somebody has something in them. They haven't actually started their business. They haven't started writing their book just yet. But whoever has not done that, begin that today. You don't have to wait to the start of the week. You don't have to wait to Sunday. For some people, the start of the week is Sunday. Other people may view it
yeah,
as Monday because that's the start of the work week. You don't have
yeah,
to wait until then. Let your first of the week begin in just a few moments. Let your
yeah.
start of the week begin today. Put that down on paper, make your plan, write your vision, and go in with it. If you need some help, if you need to do, yeah, to become a better me, um, a better me, a better you. Absolutely.
Yes.
Write that down, what's inside of you, because you have something that's in you that you need to put down onto some paper so you can make an action. Please get that started today so you can become that better individual, because somebody is counting on you, somebody needs you, and that somebody very well could be me. So put that down on paper, put your vision that you see, get it out of your head, and let's make it an action plan.
Let's make it an action plan, actionable plan. I
Yeah.
like that. So don't forget to share this broadcast out with your friends. And
Mm-hmm.
because you never know who needs to hear this.
Never
And
know,
from
never
Tiffany and
know.
me, we want
Mm-hmm.
you to maximize your potential
Yes,
and
yes,
be
yes.
unapologetically you. And remember,
Absolutely.
this is your time, this is your season, this is your
Your
turning point.
turning
So
point.
have a great rest of your day.
Grace and peace.